Hi everyone, Tara here from Divine by Designs. Today I am going to show you how to make this gorgeous hydrangea and Delilah wreath that can be used for the spring and the summer. Right now nothing is glued in. I wanted to show you exactly what I do when I make a wreath. And what I do is I kind of place the majority, not everything is in there. I still have some fern leaves that I want to put in, but for the most part, everything is in place. So I have an idea of where I need to glue it. I've never made this exact design before. So if I've made it before, then I just glue and do. But, oh, that really rhymed. That was kind of cool. Glue and do. But this one I never made before. So I wanted to kind of place it and play around. So I've already done that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in. I know some of my other videos have been further away, so you guys could see exactly how I'm placing it and what I'm doing and learn how to make this at home. If you guys like the video, please like it, share it, and make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, because then you'll get a notification every time I post a new video teaching you how to do something. So let's get this started. Okay. Okay guys, so we're going to start with this hydrangea. If you see me bending over back and forth, that is where my glue pot is. So I'm going to try to stay out of the video as best as I can to show you. So what I'm going to do is just kind of pull that out, dip it in my glue. Okay, and when you're working with grapevine, some areas are super tight and it's a great fit because everything just kind of squeezes in and holds its place, and other times it's not, so you may have to play around with where you are positioning it. So right now this is a pretty tight spot. There you go. So I was struggling a little bit, but now it's in. So that's the first thing I'm going to do, is glue on all of these flowers. So let's go with the second hydrangea. Okay, pull that eucalyptus out. I'm going to put the hydrangea down and pull out the Delilah as well. And we're going to place that Delilah in first, actually. Make sure you guys put a lot of glue. And also, if you have a high temperature glue gun, that tends to work best with these types of projects, because it really will stick in there well. Okay, so this one is struggling a little bit, so I'm eventually going to go in and hit it with my glue gun before I place that hydrangea. So now let's go to the next Delilah. Another thing that I do sometimes, and I'll show you, hold on. I'll get a pen and stick the pen right in there so I know where it came from. Because sometimes you forget, you know, even though you're doing it all back to back. I've done that so many times, and then I've had to play around with where it's supposed to go. So if I put a little pen in as a marker, you know, you don't always need like these fancy tools and gadgets to do what you're trying to do. So that, you could see, is a tight fit as well, which is good because it'll hold its place. We just got to get it in there. Perfect. So my glue gun is still heating up, so I'll start with this hydrangea. Now this one, I know where it's going. That's an easier spot. The side, I'm not looking directly at it, and I don't want to move around and completely get in the video and get in your way. So, perfect. Let's see if my glue gun is ready. Glue gun is ready. So you see here, I'm just kind of going in with my glue gun and putting some extra glue. That's always my biggest fear when I ship out to customers. Like, oh my God, what if something's loose? And it's actually funny because I will sit here, and when someone orders something, I do what I like to call a pull test, and I actually start to pull everything in the wreath to make sure it's secure. You know, I would never want to send a wreath and it fall apart because I did not do that. You know, obviously over time, things become loose, and that's going to happen, but it should not be happening the second you get your purchase. So I just have to go and grab another glue stick. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is the eucalyptus. And what I like about the eucalyptus is, and I'll show you guys up close if you could see it, it's very thin. It is not an extraordinarily expensive eucalyptus. I mean, I have some that are genuinely gorgeous, but for the amount that I want to put in here, it would be really expensive, but I still think it looks pretty realistic. I'm very happy with it. So the eucalyptus, we really have some flexibility as to what we want, like what we can do and want to do with this. So I kind of wanted a design that everything was kind of flowy and sticking out, and see how I have these little purple flowers. There's some blue ones I think I want to add in, but I'm not sure. So I want to just wait until I get everything kind of in place, and then I'll see if that's something I want to do. And what's cool too is it's on a wire, so it's bendable. I like that as well, that it's bendable. So really what I'm doing right now is I'm just pulling out the eucalyptus that I had positioned in there and securing it into the wreath. And again, I'll do my pull test just like I do when I'm shipping out an order. I'll do the pull test as well at the end of this, but not right after. The glue takes a few minutes to set. And a lot of the times there's still something that needs to be, you know, more secure, and that's okay, it happens, but just make sure you do that. You know, sometimes I get really excited and I make a new design and a new wreath, and all I want to do is now like take pictures of it and show everyone, and then something falls out. Or, to be honest, sometimes when I'm doing it the way I'm doing it now, I'll forget to glue something in and not realize it, because when it's a wreath like this and there's so many different parts and pieces, you may forget. So what I'm doing here is, this is pretty long, see? So I'm just going to kind of snip it. So I'm trying to, you know, follow some sort of pattern. This wreath definitely is going to be the kind of wreath where it's not all like symmetrical and matchy-matchy, but I still always like to have some pattern. So you see how it's eucalyptus flower, eucalyptus flower, eucalyptus flower, eucalyptus. You want to make sure nothing looks bare. This one too, pretty long, so I'm just going to snip it. I usually like to bend it a little bit because I feel like then I can wedge it into the grapevine even better and it'll really stay. And again, because this is so bendable, you know, you can put it in any old way and then just kind of bend it. It's not, let's say, like the Delilah, where you have to put it in the way that you want it. Otherwise, let's say the flower, for example, would be backwards. So this I can just tell I definitely did not get it in the grapevine. So I'm just going to kind of push down there, get that in. Don't mind the strings of glue. It's not ruining any of the products. You can literally just pull it off like that. Okay. Another thing with grapevine, these little, I call them little curly cues. A lot of the times they get stuck to whatever you're working with. So if you break one, it's, again, not a big deal. You wouldn't even know if it was supposed to be there or not. So if you do by accident break one, don't worry about it. This as well, bendable. So let's say I want more purple there. See how I could bend it? I'm just pulling out some of the strings of glue. So this eucalyptus is not glued in, but I think it probably hit a few other places of glue. So it's tight in there. So I'm just going to leave it. So is this one. So in a situation like that where I see it's tight, let me kind of duck down here. See, I'm just gonna go in with my glue gun right there to get some sort of glue in there. And then I can see it dripping, so I just push it in and that's it. Okay, there, I want that eucalyptus showing. I don't want it totally overpowered by the flowers. Now we'll go up here and do these flowers that may already be kind of, there's a little wedged in there. So this one, see, like right now, I'm like, oh, where did it pull from again? So I probably should have used my pen. Obviously I didn't. So up here, the grapevine seems to be tighter. You know, I see a lot of people, you know, that say like, it's so easy to make a wreath. And you know what? It's not super hard to make a wreath, but it's also not the easiest. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm struggling right now. I can't get that guy in there. Okay, I can see what's getting stuck on now. So let me put some more glue, and I just scoped out another way to get in there. Go down this way. There we go. And now we're good. Okay, so again, I want some purple going there. This, you see how it's coming out? Don't really like that. I'm gonna bend it. Now it's back a little bit. Okay. So this, you could see it when I pulled it out, had some dried glue on it, but it wasn't in there tightly, so, and I just moved it around a lot when I was trying to get that purple one in. So, like I said, you wanna make sure everything is in super tight. Okay, that one I want bended out a little bit. And then the leaves, if the leaves are ever bent, you just bend them the other way, and then it's okay. Just pulling some of the strings off of this. That's in tight. This one is not. Now remember, I know there's still gaps, but like I told you, I'm gonna add some fern leaves in here. See, so this one, I'm just kind of, again, finding a spot to stick it in, praying that it fits. Yeah, I'm listening to the words that I'm saying. And this could totally get misconstrued to mean something else, but I promise you guys I'm talking about wreaths. Glue is just dripping. So I know you can't see the side of the wreath, but it's really me doing the same exact thing that I was doing up here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom out a little bit just so you guys can kind of see where I'm putting the ferns in and doing some of the last minute stuff. So I know when we were zoomed in, you couldn't see me putting this in up top because I really wanted you to focus here. But I am going to add some blue after I add the fern leaves. So you won't be able to see close up how I'm putting it in, but you'll be able to get the concept by just kind of seeing where I'm placing it. So these are the fern leaves that I'm using. They're leather. I love them. You can find them in any of your local artificial floral stores. They just add such a great color. See how it goes darker to lighter, and so does the eucalyptus. So let's see where I want to put this. So I definitely would like one to go here because it's definitely a little bare there. So again, I'm just dipping it in my glue pot. I have to flip around to the side, find a spot that I could put it in. Oh, the glue's dripping. Find a spot I could put it in, and okay. So you see, guys, what I'm doing, you see me all contorted here and bent. I'm really just looking for an area where it fits. That's all. That's the key to grapevine, finding an area where everything fits. So we got one here. Definitely need one up there. The top part is always a little harder, especially if you're not super tall. So I'm 5'6", so I struggle with seeing it, but you know, you can always take it down. I do have like basically like a little easel that I could put the wreath on, but it's a little flimsy. Like I like this better because I could see the whole picture. You know, but there's a lot of different ways that you could do it. But you see, like I just kind of found a spot, put it in, and it worked. So I'm sure yours will work as well. I'm gonna go for one right here in the middle. You can see where it's a little bare. You don't want gaps. That's the biggest thing. No gaps. So just going to get that in. See, now I don't like how that's laying. So what I'm going to do is pull it out. Oop, still really sticky. I'm going to bend this and I'm going to basically make it hook in. I'll show you what I mean in a second. So now, right, it's bent with a ton of glue dripping. I am going to, it'll give me more leverage to have it angled up. Because see how that's angled up now? That's how I want it. Okay. Think I'm going to maybe put one here. See how there's a bare spot? Now we are going to add more blue, but if you notice, like the purple flowers, they don't really give a lot of coverage. They're more accents. So this, we want coverage. Now we want to see the grapevine, but not where it looks barren. And there's still a few places where I feel like it looks barren. Okay. So there is another piece there. And another trick too, like you see how it's very floppy? You could get wire and like attach it right here so it's not as floppy. It really all depends on the look that you want. So just pulling these strings. So I would like to add a little bit more eucalyptus. So let me go grab some more. And then we're gonna add the blue flowers. See, so this is the bunch of eucalyptus. It's all bent up. I literally just got this the other day. So when you unpack it, and I'll show you, see how they're bent up? I just bend, kind of push it down. And then once it gets in the wreath, I'll play with it a little more once it settles in. So I want one right there. If you could see, there's a little gap. I don't really like that. Right. And I definitely want another one in there because there's a little gap. Right, so again, because these are brand new, I just unpackaged them. We just have to bend it a little bit. And again, you can manipulate this in the wreath. It's not that once it's glued in, you can't do anything. You totally can. think we'll do one more there, maybe one more down here. And then we will add the blue. And call it a day. Glue is very stringy today. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. Today it definitely is. So this one, I think I want more in the underneath part, right in there. Okay. And it's okay if it's on top of each other because you're building layers and levels. So that is totally okay. Okay, so this is the blue. I like it. It goes well there, but I'm thinking if I want to put it on the top or maybe there, and I think I'd rather put it there. So what we're going to have to do is, you see how short this is? So that's not going to work. So I'm going to show you what we need to do. It is called, the big secret is called a floral pick. Now this one I can use the main stem for. So we're going to cut it about this long. Okay. I just have to take off this tape here. I probably don't even have to take it off because it's going to be filled with glue, but I'm a perfectionist, so I want it off. Okay. Okay, tape's off. I'm going to grab 2 floral picks and show you guys the magic that it makes. So here's a floral pick. It's about 2 inches. What I do is I dip it in a little bit of glue, just a little bit. It just secures it more. Not everyone does this. It's just me. I think you guys have picked up on, I like to make sure everything is in nice and tight and not going to fall out. And this is another way that I can ensure that happening. Twist it around. I'm going to let it sit there for a second and do the other one, right? So again, we have the wire and the pick. Put the glue on the stem like that, lay the pick on top. Be careful that you don't touch, I mean, you can touch the glue, but you could get burnt. So you want to be careful. For years, I'm a high school counselor and actually a licensed therapist as well. I have a small practice, but prior to going into my career, I waitressed forever, like almost a decade. So I think at this point I have no feelings in my fingers. So this is what I'm thinking. And these I'm gonna kind of place in before I glue to make sure I like it because we're dealing with color. Okay, I think I wanna do, let's see, one here, a blue, okay, and one there, right? And then maybe we'll do this one right there. What do you think? Do we like it? I think so. Or do we want it, oh, a little piece of the hydrangea came off. Do we want it mixed in with the purple? I kind of like it mixed in with the purple. Maybe I won't put anything there. Maybe I'll just do it on the side there. I think I'm going to start with the sides. I'm not sure if I really liked it in the middle. But you see what I'm saying, guys? It's all just trial and error. I do this. I sell these. And I do trial and error all the time. Not perfect. I mess up. I don't always know. I don't really know if anyone's the expert of a wreath because it's creativity. And when you're a creative person, your mind changes. You may see something differently. You know, my mom was very creative. She used to paint. And she would paint and then erase it. And then paint and then erase it. And it would just keep going and going and going and going. So let's see if I think, let me try it in here. See if I like it like that. I'm going to actually step away and step back to see. Yeah, I think I like it there. See, that's why I like how we can use the wall, because like how I just step back. The other one, it's like, I don't know, it's just too close. And you could step away from it, but it's just different. It's low. So this stem is pretty thick, and this grapevine is pretty dense. So I'm definitely going to struggle, as I am, getting it in, but I will. Just get that extra glue. Don't wear nice clothes, guys, when you're doing this either. I have glue all over the place. Okay. So there we go. And then remember I said the pull test, so I literally will hold the wreath, pull, pull, see, pull. It looks like it's glued in. Okay. So I hope you guys liked watching. These are my multicolored blue hydrangeas and my purple dahlias. And these are just little purple and blue wildflowers, some eucalyptus, some fern leaves. And we got ourselves a spring and summer wreath. Thank you for watching. Again, don't forget to subscribe so you can get all of my updates. And I hope to see you soon.